Chad Miller, Alan Knoll, and David Boucher are part of an unofficial group known as the Bethel Boys. They have in common what they describe as a disturbing stay at the Bethel Home for Boys in Lucedale, Mississippi.
I mean, I'd say a good 5 years after I got out were my worst years.
Feeling like the people that should care about me don't care about me, and I'm worth less than life, and I don't deserve to be a part of society.
The Bethel Boys say little has changed since their ordeal, and children continue to suffer. They point to the story of Gary and Megan Wiggins. Multiple published reports covered a raid of their Blessed Hope Boys Academy in Alabama, in which 22 boys were removed. Just over a year later, they reportedly opened a boys' home in Missouri, a state that also exempts religious facilities from regulation. In the middle of a police investigation there, authorities say the Wiggins disappeared.
Former boys' boarding school in McDonald County has vanished after police were investigating the well-being of a child.
A month after reopening again, this time in Texas, authorities raided their place and removed 8 boys. The Wiggins are charged with human trafficking. 5 months after the Wiggins arrest, and with the urging of Captain Charles Kennedy, the police officer who brought down an abusive home in Alabama, that state passed the Youth Residential Facility Abuse Prevention Act. All places that house children for more than 24 hours are now required to register with the state and abide by specific regulations.
You do want to respect the right of faith-based organizations. You don't want to impede on anybody's rights. But I have civil rights. Dave has civil rights, and he has civil rights, as children or not. And just as much as they have their faith-based rights, I have a right to not get beaten. I have a right to not live in constant fear.
And that's why the Bethel Boys are advocating for oversight of these facilities. 3 years ago, Congressman Adam Schiff of California introduced a federal bill that youth advocates have been trying to get passed for more than a decade. It would have required Health and Human Services to oversee and investigate reports of abuse and refer violations to the Department of Justice. But the bill never made it out of Congress and hasn't been taken up since. However, a few states have acted on their own. In addition to Alabama, California and Montana passed legislation addressing this issue.
It's something as simple as notifying the government that these children are in your care, and then maybe having some kind of, you're running a business with children, and I understand that you're the religion, all that kind of stuff, but we have to protect our youth. They're our future. It took me, and I don't know about you guys, but it took me a long time to, put this behind and start moving forward, and some people don't.
Feel it every day, unfortunately, and never forget what I went through, and don't want anyone else to feel that. Shouldn't have to feel that.
But Chad, David, and Alan know that laws aren't the only answer. For them, it's also about educating parents about the potential realities at some youth facilities.
What happens to a child when they make a bad choice?
That's why they're working on a documentary to help spread the word.
It's given me some kind of hope, whereas I didn't have any before.
Yeah, it's purpose, and if one kid doesn't have to go through something like that, their parents make a more informed decision, then that's a success.